gotta be honest, I had the highest of hopes for this series, and each week I've kind of stuck it out, and I've kind of been like, well, maybe next week's will be better, or maybe next week's will be better, but we've had quite a few episodes, and for me, just being honest here, this series is not getting better. It started off with the Ralphie episode, which I absolutely loved, and I was under the impression, and maybe I'm wrong to be under that impression, that it was going to be a show like Twilight Zone or like Black Mirror. Now, I went into that understanding that some episodes would not be scary, would not be horror, would be more like heartwarming and things of that nature. If you watch Black Mirror season 1, you know there's a couple of episodes where nothing like scary or terrible or, horror-like happens. There's no thriller, there's no mystery, and maybe a couple of those episodes. But typically I enjoy watching shows where there's a thriller element, there's a mystery. Not all the time, but I guess maybe I was wrong to assume that with the first episode being Ralphie, that a lot of episodes would be similar to that with the twists and the surprises and the horror/thriller genre. And I feel like that's the only episode that's kind of fit into that category. So I think I finally come to the realization that this is not what this show is, and maybe it's just not the show for me, if I want to be completely honest. So this week's episode, I thought it was just okay, and I've thought that a lot of the episodes were just okay. The only one I really strongly disliked was the Knockadoo episode, which definitely had the thriller element in that one, but I just felt like it was just so far over the top to the point of ridiculousness, in my opinion. But I've been seeing a lot of your comments lately for the past couple of episodes of people who kind of feel like I do. You just aren't loving this series, and I visited the Facebook page for the series several times, and I know last week's episode where there was no dialogue, the page was getting all kinds of hate about that, and I've seen other episodes get hate because people just don't really like it. But I think hate is a strong word, and I can't say I hate any of the episodes or I hate the series or anything like that. I just think I got the wrong impression of it with the Ralphie episode, and I just think that was wonderful. I loved that one so much, and I put the show like on a high pedestal, and then every episode since has just fallen. And again, this week's episode, I thought it was okay, and I could totally see what they were doing with the exploration of religion, especially the Mormon religion. And when the guy hit his head, it definitely seemed like he had died, and of course I didn't want him to die, because why would I? But I thought, this is actually a good twist that I didn't see coming, and I felt like it was the show's way of saying, like, or they were going to judge it like, well, or the other guy was going to judge it like, we disobeyed our religion, and look, now he's dead because of it, but then he came back to life, and I guess the show's trying to make a point with that too in regards to religion. But for me, looking at the show, wanting twists and surprises and stuff, when he came back to life, I was just like, really? I was like, you went there, and I thought we were getting I was like, we're going somewhere with this episode, because that surprised me. But then like the episode just kind of played out like I would have expected, and I just thought, so I would just give it like a 5 out of 10, because I felt like, well, I don't know. But I don't know, maybe you guys really like this episode. For me, it was just a meh, it just was whatever. And I've kind of lowered my hopes. I am going to continue watching the rest of this series, but I don't have my hopes up very high that I'm going to absolutely love any of the remaining episodes. And I'm kind of questioning if I want to watch a season 2, if I want to do videos about a season 2. If that's something you really want to see from me, you can let me know with your comments or thumbs ups or whatever, because I'm gonna really have to think about doing a second season unless some of the remaining episodes are just amazing. And I'm saying that from the point of I may not even watch it, because I try to stay up and watch it, I want to watch it live, just because there's no commercials or anything. And I'm thinking of stopping to do that too, because it's kind of an inconvenient time slot, honestly, late on a Friday night. So I'm thinking of just maybe just watching it on HBO Go from now on, because I'm just not that into it. But what do you think about it? I do want to finish the series out. It's funny because sometimes I get comments like, well, if you don't like the series, why do you keep watching it? Because, every episode is totally different, so they could have some amazing ones waiting for us. And when other shows, when I get that question, it's like, well, I'm already invested in the show, so at least I want to finish it out or finish out this season. So absolutely, I will finish out this season, and I will continue to do videos for this season, but I really don't know what I will do for a season 2. But what did you think about this episode? What do you think about this series in general? If you absolutely love the episode and love the series, don't be shy. You can tell me your thoughts and why you like it. I think different opinions are great. So I hope you're having a great week and a great day, and I will see you next week with my new Room 104 video, but I'll see you before then with all my other videos. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Kelly TV. I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the Kelly TV family. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with all I'm doing.